copy a memorial announcement.
On May 9, 1980, one of the most daring and spectacular bank robberies to occur in the United States took place at the Norco branch of the Security Pacific National Bank, located in the city of Norco in Riverside County, California. 5 heavily armed men would commit a robbery in this bank that would result in 2 of the suspects being killed. 1 Riverside County Sheriff's deputy killed, Deputy James B. Evans. 8 other police officers wounded, 33 police vehicles damaged or completely destroyed, 1 sheriff's jet helicopter shot down, and numerous civilians shot at.
The Norco Bank Robbery really changed the Riverside County Sheriff's Department forever. It really highlighted what could go wrong will go wrong. The Norco incident showed that we were woefully underarmed. That changed the way we outfit deputy sheriffs into semi-automatic weapons and rifles and shotguns. It highlighted the lack of communication between agencies to where we were not able to contact their helicopter. Their helicopter was not able to contact our ground units. And in the back of our minds, this robbery always comes back to the failure that we don't ever want to have again. It's something that we have to train for, we have to supply the best not only training but equipment for. I think we've learned a lesson, but this incident is definitely ingrained in us. It's ingrained in our history, and it's something we can't avoid. The loss of his life forever changed our department.
It was a sad day for our department. He was the type of guy that deputies respected. They admired him. He was 39 years old. He was a Green Beret of the Vietnam War, 8 years in the Army. After the war, he ended up working as a reserve deputy for Colton PD. He liked the cowboy image, so he hired on with us. He was the type of guy that was way ahead of his time. He went back to school and got his degree from Cal Baptist College. He decided to go get his master's degree from the University of Southern California. From what deputies told me, they would ask him, why are you getting your degrees? I mean, you don't need a degree to promote here. And he said, I'd like to be the sheriff one day. And if that doesn't tell you a little bit about this great man, I don't know what does. A lot of people don't know this, but Deputy Evans was originally from Texas. And Mary, you'll understand this, and his beat partners will understand this as well. Deputy Evans always wore a Stetson cowboy hat, off duty and sometimes on duty. So in honor of him, I'm wearing the cowboy hat right now, and I think it's so awesome that our sheriff brought this tradition back to our department. And I know James Evans is smiling down right now, and I want his family to know that he'll never be forgotten. Right now, if you go into our briefing room, there's a large portrait of 5 of our heroes. His portrait is right next to where the sergeant stands and talks to the troops. You know, 40 years ago, he was killed in the line of duty. It was not just a sheriff deputy killed. This was a great man, and he's at every one of our briefings. We think about him all the time, and we are very, very proud of the high bar he set for our department. And I just want to say thank you to his family for letting us have him for a little while.
I recall Jim as being soft-spoken with a warm and engaging personality, yet with an understated dignity and seriousness when it came to his affairs, both personal and professional. I was partnered with Jim on a couple of assignments. At the time, I was 25 years old, and he was 14 years my senior. I assumed with my youthful vigor and my intense drive to succeed, I could do more work than him. Alas, it was not meant to be. No matter how hard I hustled, Jim always got more work done than myself. I think Jim somehow sensed my frustration at not being able to meet or surpass his work in terms of both quantity and quality. With a knowing grin, Jim took the time to mentor me on how to improve my patrol skills in issues of time management. I often think of what a great sergeant he would have been. It is with bittersweet sadness I recall the day prior to the infamous Norco Bank robbery. I drove Jim home that day and learned a lot about him, like that he had used his Army reenlistment bonus money to help Vietnamese war orphans. That's the kind of man he was. While we were in the backyard, he shared with me his sense of joy and excitement of being a new father, and the love he felt for his infant son, James Jr. He seemed so very happy as he told me his plans to teach Jim Jr. how to ride a horse and all other things one needed to know to be a cowboy. The following morning, I ran into Deputy Evans as we walked together to attend patrol briefing. That morning, I was wearing a brand new pair of military-issue Corcoran jump boots. Jim noticed my new footwear and with a grin asked, "Are those brand new Army boots, Brother Madden?" I replied, "Yes, sir, they are." This was to be the last conversation I ever had with my friend Deputy Jim Evans. My appreciation for the brief time I had working with him has increased as the years have passed. The pain and sadness of his loss has never abated.
The men and women of the Riverside County Sheriff's Department will never forget Deputy Jim Evans. The memory of his heroism will live on forever. All units, stand by for a moment of silence. Deputy Jim Evans, it's been 40 years, but to those who knew you, it seems like just yesterday. We will forever honor your memory. May you rest in peace. Dispatch all units, 1034, resume normal traffic.